The Tragedy of Macbeth by William Shakespeare. The main characters are
Not that.
Macbeth, the protagonist. Banquo, Macbeth's best friend and child fiancé. Duncan, a good king of Scotland. Macduff, the Thane of Fife. A murderer. Young Seaward, child of Seaward. Malcolm, the king's oldest son. And Lady Macbeth, Macbeth's hot wife. One day, Macbeth and Banquo run into 3 witches. The witches prophesy that Macbeth will be king, and Banquo will be the father of many kings. King Duncan wants to congratulate Macbeth on his good deeds, so he decides to stay the night at his house. Lady Macbeth thinks Macbeth should kill him, but Macbeth disagrees. After foregoing Lady Macbeth's deeds, Macbeth goes to kill Duncan. While sleeping and his guards drunken, Macbeth goes into his chamber and slaughters Duncan. After hearing of Duncan's death, Malcolm flees to England in fear he'll be next. With the king's death and the heir to the throne leaving the country, Macbeth is now king. Banquo now expresses his suspicions of Macbeth, thinking that he actually killed Duncan. With Macbeth realizing Banquo's suspicions, he orders Banquo and his son Fleance killed, but Fleance manages to escape. After that, Macbeth throws a banquet for the leaders in the kingdom. While going up to his seat for just a few seconds, he comes back to find a ghost of Banquo sitting in his seat, and Macbeth is traumatized. Lady Macbeth covers for Macbeth, saying that he's had issues like this since he was a child. Considering the witches' predictions have been right thus far, Macbeth heads to a cave to find them and wants direct answers this time. Macbeth wanting clear answers from the witches, he asks them to call down upon the ones who they answer to. So they called down 3 apparitions. The first apparition, an armored head, tells Macbeth to beware the Thane of Fife. Second apparition, a bloody child, informs Macbeth that no woman born can hurt Macbeth. Third apparition, a child with a crown and holding a tree, tells Macbeth he does not need to worry until Birnam Woods comes to Dunsinane Castle. Hearing the apparition's word, he plans on killing Macduff, while Macduff has fled to England, so he kills his wife and servants. While back at Dunsinane Castle, Lady Macbeth is starting to feel guilty about her actions. So she starts sleepwalking and repeatedly washing her hands as if she's washing away the guilt. Unfortunately for Lady Macbeth, the guilt was too much for her, and she ends up taking her own life. Feeling no sadness towards his wife's death, and Macbeth looks out the castle and sees Birnam Wood moving towards Dunsinane. After this, he leaves his castle and tries to find Macduff. Trying to find Macduff, he runs into young Seaward and absolutely slaughters him. After destroying young Seaward in battle, he goes out to find Macduff. In an all-out brawl between Macbeth and Macduff, Macduff informs him that he is not woman-born, so Macduff ends up slaying Macbeth. After that, everything becomes well in Scotland and Malcolm becomes king. Absolutely smash that like button and hit the subscribe!